That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
It's crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 197 of Camp Strange. I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, Dinkle D. Kringus.
And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and mob. But before we catch you up on before we tell you these stories, we gotta catch you up on any of the weird news you have missed. And you guys have missed a lot of weird news because David thought it would be a fucking good idea to enjoy his life.
Yeah, my bad.
And
it was a wedding. I had to go.
Oh, you went to a wedding. I forgot. Yeah, I did see those. Okay, fair. Yeah, David's been in Italia for the last couple weeks. And
I was in Prague.
Around Europe. Yeah, Europe, I mean. But he is back and...
Miserable. I want to go back.
Really? I mean,
I thought you froze for a second there. No, I mean, Prague is my favorite city in the world. Like, I would live there in a heartbeat if it was easy.
It is easy. You could live there.
Yeah, but too far from family and friends and stuff.
What do they speak in Prague?
Czech?
Okay, that's what I thought.
Chesky.
I don't even know what that is, to be completely honest.
It's kind of almost like a mixture of like Hungarian, Polish, and Russian.
Okay. Is that the same as Czechoslovakian?
It used to be. Czechoslovakia was a country until 1989 when they divided into the Czech Republic and then Slovakia as its own country.
Okay, this guy does like Prague. I think we just proved it.
I get it. Nobody did.
But you know what? This podcast isn't about Prague. That's the Prague-cast, and David will be starting that in the next
Procrastination.
Yeah, exactly. And but before we go into the Prague-cast, we gotta catch you up on any of the weird news you had missed. And David, while you were out in Prague, over in New Orleans, we were finding human skull padlocked to a dumbbell is pulled out of water by fishermen in New Orleans.
Damn. Do you have a weight on that dumbbell?
Yes, I do. So it's a human skull padlocked to an exercise dumbbell has been fished out of the New Orleans waterway, leaving police with a mystery on their hands. The skull was found earlier this month by a man using a red rope and a magnet. Oh, we going river fish, magnet
I was going to
fishing.
say, that'd be the way to pull up some pig iron, you know?
Yeah, so what? That's not a thing. Anyway.
That's a real deep cut that, I'll tell you later.
Okay, so the magnet was the size of a hockey puck. He was over a bridge and he dropped it in. And then it says the fisherman also found a handgun and a gun barrel in the water. They could be unrelated, but it was a 15-pounder, baby. 15-pound dumbbell was padlocked around the skull, which was fully decomposed, lacking a jaw or the top row of teeth, according to the report. Okay, that's like kind of disturbing because, you know, you're supposed to like remove the teeth so they can't identify the body via dental records.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it would be like, oh, the river was next to a cemetery, or up the river was some dead body that fell into a grave in the 1800s, and it just ended up in the river. But now I'm
just magically padlocked to
a
a 15-pound dumbbell. You fucking idiot.
I didn't even think about the padlock.
A crawfish did it.
Well, you know me and my okay. So the body, but hey, to be fair, the human skull could have been found by, like, you know, New Orleans. They got eccentric artists over there. He could have found the skull.
That's classic Nolan art.
Yeah, he was like making an art, walking it to the exhibit. Oops, I tripped, fell into the water. But this was clearly a murder of some sort. Here's my question. I wonder if they can tell how old or like what era the skull was dumped down there by the padlock or the dumbbell. You know?
I bet that's probably,
you see like the 90s dumbbells where they had that weird like rubber around the entire thing. You still see them now, but they'll be like light blue. and they're like, and they have that weird rubber around it. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like,
bounce around.
Exactly, they're bouncing weights. Anyway, it says, no, it's still a mystery. It is still a mystery. So if you guys are missing a dumbbell or a padlock, please
Or a skull.
contact the. Well, they're not missing that. They were trying to get rid of that, but they're missing the dumbbell and the padlock. Okay,
Hey, I saw a fun fact recently that I was like, man, I wish I could turn this into a full story. Did you know when they found William Shakespeare's grave, they did like a scan of it, and he ain't got no skull in there? No one knows where the fuck his head is?
I did maybe hear about that,
No.
actually.
No, don't lie. You didn't know that.
Well, I know. I think they stole. Maybe I was confusing because they took Einstein's brain or something. So like,
Yeah.
I feel like they try to find people of like great acclaim who are
Yeah.
like geniuses, quote unquote geniuses, and then they like try to like steal their brain. Just that was like a thing back then.
Yeah. Shakespeare
Like-
wrote the Bible, by the way.
Oh God. They like cut open like Shakespeare's head and they're like, "There's a fucking padlock and a dumbbell in here."
Let's move his teeth.
He was born with it in his head. Okay, look for the guy with one strong arm. Because that guy
Why?
has one 15-pound dumbbell at his house.
Oh, I see where you're going. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You can't.
know,
Yeah, I mean, you can't
okay.
switch, but yeah, I get it. You can't just.
They
switch
have an
anything.
R and an L on it, okay? They're
Oh, okay,
specifically made. They're like shoes.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have a story?
Oh yeah, remote Amazon tribe finally connects the internet by the help of Elon Muskie boy, and turns out they just ended up getting hooked on porn and social media.
that was my other story. It's too good.
It's too good.
Do you have more details? I know you're not a details guy.
I'm not very detail oriented. I live life a quarter mile at a time.
Okay, well let me update you on this just to give you a little bit more context. So it's an Amazonian tribe, as you said, and they, Elon Musk is famous for a couple things, Tesla, Cybertruck, all that shit. And now he's doing Starlink, which was satellites he has launched into space to create basically internet wherever you could get internet wherever because it's not relying on towers.
My in-laws have Starlink.
Oh, really?
And it works really well. I've considered like switching to it because I just fucking hate Xfinity.
I think you should because, and also your internet shit. Sometimes,
yeah, well,
David, sometimes David will be staring at me for 45 minutes, and I'm like, "Are you there? Or are you frozen? What's going on?"
It's because I couldn't be farther away from the router in the house.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Starlink. I don't know if it's. You said it's good. Is it good?
It worked really well the time I used it.
Yeah, I can't ask these Amazonians. They don't have any reference points. But what they do have is Pornhub, as this 2,000 member community is apparently being torn apart.
There hasn't been a child born in months.
This says the tribe leader. So the Marubo tribe, with its own language, consumes ayahuasca for spiritual connection to the forest.
Oh, dude, could you imagine just smoking some ayahuasca and browsing the hub?
Dude, that's not all. That'd be like, I don't think it would be enjoyable. I think you'd really have to reevaluate a lot of things.
Yeah.
But they also, when they're not smoking ayahuasca or on Pornhub, it says they also they practice trapping spider monkeys for food or companionship. They can't be
That's irrelevant.
both.
That's irrelevant. Why are you bringing
That's
that
what
up?
it says. That it says that they smoke ayahuasca, consume it for spiritual connections to the forest, and practices trapping spider monkeys for food or companionship. That's
wild.
Now it says now their leader says young people have gotten lazy because of the internet. They're learning the ways of the white people.
They're trying to be streamers.
They're
trying to start a podcast.
the progcast. It says before pausing and adding, but please don't take our internet away. So they said they're learning the ways of the white people, and then the guy paused and said, please don't take our internet away.
Please don't.
So I guess he's like fully addicted.
What I'm dying to know is like, obviously they don't know what porn is like before they got internet, you know, like they don't know what that shit is. I'm just really curious in how they wound up like discovering it.
I feel like it's that's a good
I'm thinking
question.
it had to have been Twitter.
Oh. My thing is like they speak their own language. Like how did they even navigate the internet?
Yeah.
Like what keyboard were they using? They have to make the keyboard first?
They just have a mouse. They just click. You just click and click.
It's just a
keep
click. Yeah, it's
clicking.
just
You just keep clicking.
Man. It's just kind of it's kind of like a. I'm trying to think of a comparable. There's something. It's like a scavenger hunt. You're just kind of going through real slow.
Yeah.
And slowly finding bit by bit until you get the grand prize, which is Paris Hilton naked, which I got in trouble with for on.
There's worse things.
Computer. My dad was like, "Who Googled this?" I was like, "That," and I turned into a straight detective. I'm like, "That's weird. That's really weird. We should figure out who did this."
So the top comment on the Reddit page that I'm looking at, it says, maybe this is a dumb question, but what kind of porn is popular among them? And the top reply to that is homegrown Simpson stuff. A great, I think you should leave.
Tribe.
Tribe. It's a great, I think you should leave reference right there.
But I have to just say, it says, just to finish this off, in just 9 months with Starlink, the Marabu are already facing the same issues that have plagued American households for years. Teenagers constantly on their phones, gossip-filled group chats, addictive social networks, online strangers, violent video games, scams, misinformation, and minors viewing pornography. So, sounds like they're going to be well-adjusted, and I can't wait for them to find LinkedIn and hate their life. That'll get them off the internet. LinkedIn. Yeah. Man. Congratulations.
Or their racist uncle on Facebook.
Oh, that keeps me on Facebook. I'm like, I got to see what this guy's doing. I got to see what's the newest update.
Yeah. So do you not have another story?
No, that was it.
All right. Hiker finds pipe feeding China's tallest waterfall. Fakers. It's a scam.
Oh shit, they had like a pipe like at the top?
Yeah, it was a man-made waterfall that they had like, they're like, "Oh, look how amazing our tallest waterfall is." And it was a goddamn scam.
How long did it take for somebody to find that? Why did it take so long?
I mean, have you ever hiked near a waterfall?
All the time. I go to the top and I look for pipes. What do you do when you go to a waterfall?
I'm just saying the typical waterfall that I see, because I do live in the state with the most waterfalls.
Do they?
Yeah. The majority of the time it's like you can hike around them, but like it's pretty rare that you can hike to the top of like where the waterfall comes out, because it's usually like just a flat drop off.
It's
kind of makes me wonder how many waterfalls are fake, you know?
Well, it makes me wonder, does it being man-made take away the majesty?
100%.
Come on.
100%.
Suspend belief.
That's like what if we found out we dug the Grand Canyon?
You're telling me we didn't do the Grand Canyon?
No, it's a natural formation, you dingus.
Wait. Why the fuck was I digging for so long? And I'm joking. No, but I agree there are some things that are like bigger than us, and I know it's the largest waterfall. But I don't think a waterfall's authenticity is what makes me enjoy a waterfall. I understand there is like a point to it where you go, it's cool that this formed in nature, and like, wow, that's pretty crazy that this can just exist. But I do love when the mist comes down and just grazes my hot little lips after I've hiked 3 miles to go see it.
I will say, if like the ancient Egypts like made an insane waterfall, that would be cool. But,
okay, let's just say if like the ancient Egyptians like made those pyramids and they weren't naturally forming, we would enjoy them less.
I think so.
You know I'm making a joke.
Yes.
I was
playing along, you ding dong. Come on.
but your delivery back to me was too dry, and I was like, did I just trick him? Anyway,
I'm
just
dry, buddy. I'm a dry guy. Oh no. My Chinese food's here. Hold on. Give me 5 seconds. You tell me what the hell you want to talk about. I gotta get my Chinese food. It's at the door. It's a long story, but yeah. I delivered food while we were recording. I'm sorry.
I'll inform you. He's not on the mic anymore, so I'll just inform you. Apparently, he went out to Chinese. Okay. Anyway, he went out to go get Chinese food, and he left it in the car overnight. And he ruined the Chinese food, and now his car stinks. I think it would probably smell pretty good, but hot Chinese food that's not purposefully hot is not the best smell, so I understand. And now he has to replenish to keep everybody in the household happy because, when you're out, a long day at work and you expect to come back to some leftovers, and then you realize that they got left in the car, it's gonna ruin your night. So he replenished the well. He's gonna be horrified when he finds out it's man-made Chinese food.
Wait, this isn't natural?
Naturally occurring crab rangoon.
Yeah,
it's
no,
I crystals.
I fucked up the dinner of the leftover dinner by trying to prolong cook it in the car, and
it's called an sous vide.
Yes,
that's fucking funny, dude.
That's
Get
really
it's like
good.
an SUV.
I don't drive an SUV, dude. I'm a truck man. I'm an American.
But it's an sous vide.
You know what's really funny? So when we were in Europe, we had we did something new this time when we traveled, and one of my wife's friends is a part-time travel agent, and she's like just starting out, so she helped us do a lot of like our.
Does that just mean
planning.
she travels?
No, I mean she sets up like plans and like. What?
Well, I'm a part-time travel agent when I travel.
Well, there you go. But so she got us a lot of like drivers, like to and from like airports, trains, stuff like that. And almost every single time we had a driver, they really wanted to know what type of car I drove. And when I told them a truck, they got really excited because it's just like such a stereotype of like an American with a truck.
Really?
And yeah, they got really happy, and they loved it.
I guess they don't have wide enough streets.
No, I mean in Italy we saw a couple of Toyota. I think they were called like Helixes, which we don't have here. They're pretty close to like a Tacoma, just a little smaller.
No, I think I've heard of those actually. I don't know why I've heard of them, but maybe Sam brought them up or something. I was like, "What is that?" Oh, they're really expensive, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't think so. They didn't look fancy.
Okay, never mind then. Maybe I'm thinking of a different car. But yeah, that whole continent was built for bicycles, you know.
Yeah, we had to rent a car, and a whole fiasco happened where they fucked it up, and we were supposed to return on Sunday, and we go to return it, and they're closed, and they're like, "Oh no, you have to return it Monday," but we're flying to Prague tomorrow, like we can't return it then. So we had to drive it back to Rome, and I'm driving this little Volkswagen Golf.
Oh, nice.
And once we get to Rome, if you've never been to Rome, people drive like lunatics in Rome, and like there are no rules. And naturally, once we get into Rome, and we're like half a mile from where we're supposed to drop it off, and the GPS was like, "Oh, you still have 45 minutes to go." We're like, "What the hell?" And there was an Italian bike race going on, and all the streets were shut down. And so I was driving through an Italian bike race. I was flipping people off, which in Italy, giving someone a thumbs up means up yours, and it's like the equivalent of a middle finger. And I didn't know that until the end of the trip, where every time I was like ordering food or a drink, and they'd be like, "Oh, like you want this?" I'd be like, "Yeah." I'd give them a thumbs up, and so I was just like flipping people off nonstop the entire trip.
Sounds about right. Did your food taste weird?
Yeah, I got really sick.
There's man-made spit in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, well, sounds like you had a fantastic time. We're all jealous. Fuck you. And I've never been to Europe, so I can't comment on this at all. So,
well, you don't like flying, and that's a long flight.
I do. I don't dislike flying.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Do you like flying?
I don't really mind it. I mean, if I fit in the seat and I got a little TV and I can watch the newest Indiana Jones movie, because I'm not going to watch that outside of a plane. We've discussed this multiple times, what a good airplane movie is. You know, something you don't want to pay to watch.
Yeah, I watched the last Indiana Jones on a flight, actually, back from Boston. And the thing is, like, I used to be, like, not a big fan of planes, but over the years I've just been like, whatever, who cares? And I've gotten a lot more used to them. But I just have like the normal anxiety of flying, where you're just like, this sucks, it's uncomfortable. Was that turbulence? Okay. And then, you know, but I'll do it to go to someplace cool. The flight back kind of sucks sometimes because you have nothing to look forward to. Maybe your bed.
Oh God, I'm losing you.
Yeah, I know. Starlink asshole.
For me, it's not on the plane anxiety, it's getting on the plane anxiety. Like,
yeah, that's how Megan is too.
I think my least favorite thing in the world is running to your connecting flight. Like running through the airport. Fucking hate that. I feel like a bozo. I hate it. So I'm like dad mode. Like give me the 6-hour layover. I don't care.
My least favorite thing in the world is when you open your closet and your uncle's there naked.
On the airplane?
No, in your closet at home.
Oh, okay.
And he goes, "I'm the Hat Man."
And he's only wearing a top hat?
Yeah, but guess what? It's not on his head.
Where is it? Where is it? His other head?
He's not touching it, but it's on. Okay, let's get into these stories for you that we got today. And David, I'm going to not bring you back to the motherland, but I'm going to reference the motherland a little bit today because 2-3 days ago, I decided to watch The Godfather.
I have never watched it.
You'd like it. I mean,
I feel like it's too slow.
Everybody likes it.
It's too slow.
Are you just doing like the Family Guy bit?
No.
Where he's like,
I don't know it.
Where they're about to drown in like the panic room. He's like, I have a confession to make. I don't like The Godfather. And they're like, how can you not like that? He's like, I don't like the part where they all start speaking in that other language around the table. He's like, it's Italian. It's called Italian. And it is slow, but the action, I mean the kills or the violence, like they're good. They're good enough to sustain you, and it's very tense. You should watch it. I think you have a good time.
I know, but see that's the thing you got to realize when you get married and you don't
I gotta hear this.
You don't get to pick every movie.
Oh yeah, but like honestly, there's like some movies that are just like there's a pillar to the society, and The Godfather is one of them, and like probably cigarettes is another one, and like corn syrup is another one. But
Red Dye 50 or whatever. Yeah,
something like that. I mean, it makes it sound like The Godfather's bad. I'm just saying, no, it's just ingrained in us. It's in our blood as Americans. Especially
what did you is it on a streaming service or anything, or
no? Paramount Plus actually. But
ain't nobody paying for Paramount Plus. Get the fuck out of here.
We did the free week, dog. We did the free week.
Yeah, you gotta go to town when you do the free week. You gotta like plan ahead, like do a roadmap. Monday night we're watching this. Tuesday night we're watching this, and you gotta get the most of it.
No, you'll just watch The Godfather Part 1 and Part 2 because that will eat up your entire week. I think each movie is 3 hours. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if my movie time when I get to watch movies is like late at night when my wife is asleep, and if it's a slow movie, there ain't no way I'm staying awake.
Yeah, it's a slow movie. Especially movies made in the 70s are very slow. If you watch
Yeah.
like The French Connection, which was another Ford Coppola movie. Oh no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. William
What an
Friedkin.
idiot.
Well, that was William Friedkin of the director of The
Poser.
Exorcist.
You don't even know who directed The French Connection.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, that's like you watch a guy walk down like a city block for like 8 minutes, like uninterrupted, like just him. It's crazy. It's actually insane. And there's like no score. It's actually kind of cool. It's a different viewing experience. I actually really enjoyed it. But the whole thing I was trying to get to is that I watched The Godfather, and it got me thirsty for the mob, baby. So today I'm going to be telling you about a man by the name of Samuel the Mad Hatter DeStefano Jr. And his crazy antics. Some call him the weirdest mobster to ever exist. So we'll see. So Samuel DeStefano Jr. was born in Streator, Illinois, into the Italian-American family of Samuel Sr. and Rosalie DeStefano, both immigrating to the U.S. from Italy in 1903. Great year. Sam Sr. was by the books, working as a laborer, grocer, real estate salesman, and his mother, Rosalie, was a housewife who raised 7 children, altogether 3 sons and 4 daughters. The family ended up moving from Streator, Illinois, to like southern Illinois. Streator's somewhere like in the middle, and they moved to southern Illinois for a little bit so Sam Sr. could work at the coal mines. But after the Heron Massacre of 1922,
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy when you get like a story within a story. So there was a strike by the union coal workers being like, we're not getting paid enough, and they had union busters show up, and like non-union workers basically they ended up like the union workers protested, and they shot like 3 union workers, like the company or something, and they died. So like the union workers showed up and killed like 50 non-union workers.
Did we not talk about this already?
I don't think so.
I swear we've talked about something very similar.
We might have actually. It's kind of, it sounds very familiar to me too.
Oh no, I'm thinking of like the banana farms in Brazil, Jamaica.
Was it cane sugar? Wait. Oh, did you?
No, it
did
was
we
like, what's the big banana company? I forget how you.
Chiquita.
Yeah, Chiquita. I think this happened at Chiquita, where like it like back in like the 50s.
War.
Yeah, they had like a war against the workers and like the owners and stuff, and they like killed
There is
each
some
other.
kind of weird shit going on with like I've read like bananas are so cheap because it's like basically slave labor. It's like very weird. I don't understand how it works, but anyway. So after that, he's like, fuck this. So they moved back to the north of Illinois, right outside of Little Italy, section of Chicago. And this is where Sam Jr. would find a life of crime just beyond his backyard.
Was it dead? Was it dead in the middle of Little Italy?
Dead in the middle of Little Italy. Little did he know that we made a tomato menu didn't do diddly. Yeah, I had to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he started small, just trying to make money as a street thug, and quickly began to double down on his crimes, racking up an impressive rap sheet in the Chicago crime community, as well as the nickname the Mad Hatter, for his unpredictable nature and his knack for torture.
Was torture?
Yeah, his unpredictable nature and his knack for torture. I don't think these guys have read Alice in Wonderland, but it's fine. They're like, that guy's fucking crazy, right? He's like fucking mad, like the Mad Hatter. They're like, that guy like torture, right?
He wasn't known for like having extravagant and flamboyant hats.
No, not a big hat guy, honestly. Couldn't find one picture of him with a hat on.
That's crazy. I wonder if once he got the nickname, he's like, well, fuck, now I can't wear a hat.
Wait, I gotta see if he has a hat. It's Sam DeStefano. Does he? Yeah, does he like, I can't wear a hat now? Okay.
Yeah.
No hat. No.
It keeps it a mystery, though, because then you're like, oh, wait, that guy's the Mad Hatter? He doesn't have his hat on, so maybe, like, I'm good? Like, I'm safe right now? Or, like, oh, what a disappointing moment. He doesn't have this crazy
It's like
hat on.
it's like an ironic nickname. It's like a big guy named Tiny.
Because this guy hates hats.
Yeah, it's like if
They make him mad.
Yeah, if like you were in the mob and they called you like David Handsome, like it's ironic.
Yeah,
because you look like a
a
toad.
rat. Oh, a toad. Yeah.
I said a toe.
Oh.
Anyway, we almost have all the ingredients to make a good witch's brew. A toe, a toad, and a rat.
An eye of newt.
That's in the toad. Oh, newt's different. You're right.
It is. Yeah.
Anyway, so he got the Mad Hatter nickname, and from breaking out of jail to assaulting women, robbing grocery stores and banks, and becoming involved with bootlegging and gambling, Sam was a bad dude. He's still dating that bad guy. It was said that Sam even had a soundproof torture chamber in his basement where he would use a number of tools to maim his victims, and his favorite being the ice pick. Ha yes. Oof. For those of you who don't know, that is a long metal pick that you use to break up ice in like an ice machine, or as Sam would call it, the lobotomy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was also like a lobotomy tool.
Yeah, they would like put that like on the inside of your eye and then scramble your brain real quick.
You could ask JFK's sister about that one.
You're right. So, because I think just because she was like a lesbian or something, they're like, okay, scramble her brain.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So after joining 42 Gang, hell yeah, an infamous Chicago street gang led by the future outfit boss Salvatore Sam Giancana, he started to get noticed by the Chicago mob. So after several stints in jail for various burglary and bank robbery offenses through the 1930s and 40s, Sam DeStefano was arrested once more in 1947 for selling counterfeit sugar ration stamps. Huh?
People wanted their sugar.
That's true. And during his incarceration, he met mob members Paul Rica and Louis Campagna. The funny thing is, he actually robbed a grocery store, got shot, and then like showed up at the hospital the next day. And they're like, "How'd you get this?" And he's like, "I don't want to talk about it." So like,
I don't
you
think
could just,
that's allowed.
You're not allowed to do that anymore. But
yeah.
Also, he got caught robbing a bank, and he got 40 years. And after 11 years, oh God, who was it? Like, not the mayor of Chicago, but like
district attorney.
It was somebody like that. Like, they basically just like pardoned him, and I was like, God, like no one even turned a blind eye. Like, yeah, that guy's definitely mob connected. Like, are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, the guy that probably got him off was probably in their pockets.
That's what I'm saying. Like, It's so obvious. So Rica, the guy he met in prison, or one of the guys he met in prison, Paul Rica, reportedly took an liking to DeStefano and schooled him in higher-level outfit rackets like the juice loan business. Juice loan. Loan sharking was a huge moneymaker for the outfit, as businessmen and gamblers often defaulted on legitimate loans and had nowhere else to turn. Lending money at usurious interest rates, the outfit put lenders on the juice, squeezing them for every penny. So basically, gamblers would go, hey, can I have $50,000 to gamble? And they go, yeah, but your interest rate is 23%. And they'd go, I'm addicted, so I will take that. They would go thinking that they're going to turn that, $50,000 into $200,000. They would lose it all, and then not only the $50,000 but the interest as well, and they'd be fucked. So soon, Mad Sam DeStefano was one of the most successful loan sharks in the history of Chicago mob. So he would take his money that he got from, I guess when he got arrested for like the bank robbery and like the grocery store robbery, he like hid the money well enough where like they couldn't get it. So once he got out of prison, he used that to lend out to people as like the loan money. So he already had like capital to loan out to people. So he just started doing it on his own. And unlike many lenders who prioritized giving money to people they knew would pay them back, Mad Sam reportedly preferred to lend to high-risk clients with a history of defaulting. He wanted them to default so he could, make more money on it. But yeah, I think because he knew if they didn't pay him back, he had a reason to torture them. And I think that was like a justified reason. I guess he really fucking liked torture.
Yeah, must have.
Big fan. So one of his victims, oh my God, listen to this shit. This guy, like, I kept reading. I was like, this seems like almost comical. This seems like made up. It's like, it's crazy. So one of his victims was Artie Adler, a local restaurant owner who was once late to pay DeStefano back. And Mad Sam brought Adler to the basement, where he proceeded to torture him. And unfortunately for DeStefano, Adler suffered a heart attack before he could kill himself. Before he could kill him himself. So he dumped the man's body into a frozen sewer where nobody found him until the spring thaw, which is another Chicago perk. Mm-hmm. Another guy, according to Gangster Inc., was Peter Cappelletti, who tried to make off with $25,000 DeStefano had lent him. Mad Sam took him to the restaurant his brother Mario DeStefano owned. There, he stripped Cappelletti naked, handcuffed him to a hot radiator, and beat and tortured him for 3 days. At the end of the 3 days, Mad Sam invited Cappelletti's family, friends, and colleagues to the restaurant for a nice dinner in Cappelletti's honor. After the final course was served, DeStefano brought the burned and bruised man out in front of everyone and urinated on him, with some sources saying Mad Sam then forced Cappelletti's family to urinate on him as well.
Nice.
Oh, dinner and a show.
Well, he was burned, right? It might have felt good.
He's like, oh, more. He's like, this is sitting there, he's like, this is the strangest way to figure out a new fetish, that you like a new fetish. I don't know what's going on. But, man, that's crazy. I don't think I could pee on my dad.
No?
Now, Uncle Terry.
I was going to say, I mean, there's a good chance you have peed on your dad. You just don't even know it.
It's true. Hey, good point. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't think I could pee on my naked and burnt dad handcuffed in a restaurant with all my family around.
Yeah, you don't got the pee-pee-tee-pee.
I'm like, oh, I have pee shyness.
You know about those pee-pee-tee-pees?
No.
There's a thing that's like, you know, and you'd get like the snow cones and it'd be like kind of like a cylinder, like triangle, whatever you fucking call that.
Yep.
They make those
cone.
when you're, like the cone thing. They make those for when you're changing a boy baby's diapers, because sometimes they'll just start pissing, and when they're laying on their back, it just goes fucking everywhere.
Oh, it's like a riot shield.
Basically a riot shield, yeah. PPTP.
Okay. I like that. You got to get me one of those.
Yeah.
So, DeStefano...
I have several. Got one little Yankees logo on it.
David's sitting there drinking at him like he's in the 90s by the water cooler. So, DeStefano loved torture and murder so much that he gladly murdered his own brother, Michael. Wait, was Michael the guy who owned the restaurant? No, Mario. His other brother, Mario, owned the restaurant.
Not Michael Jackson.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, couldn't have been him. Michael Jordan. They're in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So, DeStefano loved torture so much that he gladly murdered his own brother, Mikey, when the mob ordered a hit on him in 1955. He was so deranged, in fact, that there were even rumors that he worshipped the devil. Mm-hmm. One of his associates claimed to have spotted DeStefano rolling on the floor once again, foaming at the mouth and shouting to Satan, "I'm your servant. Command me."
What was that last part?
I'm your servant. Command me.
Oh, command me. I thought you said something very different.
Oh, when you run out of pee?
What? Yeah. Yeah, sure.
You don't pee on him. You command it on him.
I thought you were saying something in me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why are we drawing the line here? You thought I said come in me?
Hey, I didn't want to say it.
We're like, he chopped off his head, and we're like, did you say, how do I word this? You know when you have sex? Okay.
I thought that's what you said.
I thought you were saying, I'm your servant, come on me. Come in me, come on me. Command me. Anyway. So, once, here's a couple of just little gems from DeStefano's life. I wish my Wikipedia would look like this. Once while riding in his car, DeStefano saw a man walking down a street in Chicago. He forced the man into the car at gunpoint, took the man to his house, and forced the man and his own wife to have sex with each other. He's a cuck, dude.
Oh, he made a guy bang his wife?
Yeah.
He didn't make a guy bang his wife. Okay.
No, he made the guy come to my house and command her.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
You're allowed to laugh. Anyway.
Wow. I'm just like wrapping my mind around that.
So it was all for some real or imaginative grievance that DeStefano had with his wife, apparently. Afterward, the man. So I guess he was mad at his wife, and he's like, "You're gonna have sex with this strange man." Afterward, the man was so mortified that he would be accused of rape. He went to the nearest police station and reported the incident. I think I would too. I'd be like, yeah. Okay. The weirdest
in
thing
a sense,
just happened
he got
to me.
raped too. Like they both got raped.
Yeah, if you have a gun pointed at you and they said have sex with this person, you're like, I don't want to. You're like, what the hell? Yeah. Why is it always like the couple that works at Arby's that hold me up at gunpoint and make me do it?
Because they've got the meats.
They do have the meats.
Yeah.
But when you get to the back of the Arby's, she never looks like what you're hoping.
No.
Nope. But she got the meats.
She got the meats.
She got the Arby's
Missing
sauce.
one meat and it's yours.
She said, Arby's horsey sauce. That's what it's called. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It is called that. Why do they call it that? It makes you think the meat is made out of horse.
Because it's supposed to be horseradish, but by law, it's not.
Stop. How are you
can't
that
call it that?
How do you? I understand like when people like cut up a bunch of like chicken meat and then they're like wings and they spell it with like 3 Z's because they can't legally call it a chicken wing because it's not a wing. How far away do you have to get from horseradish where the lawyers are like, that's not fucking horseradish?
Everybody gets sued for everything, you know?
That's true. So, one informant who was close to DeStefano described him as a highly emotional, temperamental individual, extremely egotistical, and concerned with his personal appearance. The walls of his home were lined with mirrors as DeStefano talked to people. While he talked to people, he constantly watched his reflection in the mirrors as he walked across the room. He was described as being such a temperamental
person.
I don't know. As such a temperament that he could be crying at one moment and laughing the very next. Hey, that's very Mad Hattery, I feel like.
It sounds like he's the Joker.
Yeah. No, Joker don't cry. He laughs so hard. He looked like he crying, but he laughing still. Cause he freaking just got you so freaking good. So, oh my God, I can't believe you freaking opened that present. There was a boxing glove in there. And it punched you, freaking idiot. My lady. So, DeStefano would often state that he had not been... I don't want to read that. Oh, I have to read that. So, I said he assaulted a girl when he was coming up and stuff. He raped somebody. I hate bringing that up. Not for his sake. I just don't like bringing the mood down. But he stated... He would often state that if he had not been framed for rape at the age of 17, he would have become president of the United States. If he wasn't framed, of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, recent studies have shown that doesn't count. But
DeStefano's like, I was born in the wrong era. I am a very innocent man, DeStefano said. So FBI agent William F. Romer wrote of going to DeStefano's house to question him about mob business, saying that several times DeStefano would walk down the stairs in his pajamas, exposing himself.
Nah, they just fell out.
Often DeStefano's wife would serve the agents coffee, and the agents would comment that the coffee had a unique taste to it. DeStefano would claim that the coffee was made from special Italian coffee beans that his wife brewed. Months later, Romer found out DeStefano had been urinating in the coffee before serving it to the agents. Romer wrote that he could never drink coffee again.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah, and it says
green tea guy now.
William Green Pea? William Romer even called Sam the worst torture murderer in the history of Chicago. He was a sadistic, arrogant, swaggering thug of the worst order, responsible for scores of killing, almost all by his own hands. So although Mad Sam DeStefano was consistently bringing in piles of cash for the outfit, he was never fully initiated as a full member of the mafia, apparently. What's what's more, his unhinged antics even brought about his own murder in 1973. So, like, the mob's like, I think they always knew that they couldn't fully bring him in because of his behavior, and his behavior actually got him killed, because in 1963, Mad Sam DeStefano, along with his brother Mario and mobsters Tony Spilotro and Chucky Grimaldi, they killed a man by the name of Leo Foreman. Nearly a decade later,
Sam, what? His name's Sam, right? Mad Hatter.
Yeah, Mad Sam DeStefano.
And they killed who?
Leo Foreman.
Yeah. The Mad Hatter's like, Leo, he died like a dog.
He was wondering the whole time, where's your hat? He just kept saying, where's the hat? So nearly a decade later, Grimaldi informed the FBI about the murder. One of the guys that he killed with, he ratted. And Spilotro and DeStefano's brothers were arrested. In his typical disturbed fashion, DeStefano made a fool of himself in the courtroom. He wore pajamas. Uh-oh.
Oh, God, his dick's coming out. He's going to put him in the mummy, goddammit.
He showed up with a fucking scarab in his forehead. And ran head first into the bailiff. Anyway, so he wore pajamas, arrived on a stretcher, spoke through a bullhorn, and even tried to represent himself. His brother and Spilotro knew they didn't have a chance of avoiding prosecution with Mad Sam on their side, so they called a meeting. His close friends, his brother Mario DeStefano and close friend Tony Spilotro, told DeStefano that they were located at a safe house they wanted to hit, and that they would meet in DeStefano's garage to discuss. When the two men, one being his brother, walked up to the garage, they shot him twice with a shotgun, hitting him in the chest and tearing his left arm off at the elbow, instantly killing him.
God damn.
The murder was never brought to trial, as Sam DeStefano died at the age of 63 on the floor of his garage. So the brother and Tony Spilotro actually avoided jail time because they killed Sam.
Yeah, they're like, all right, yeah, he did us a favor.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, that worked actually. Like, killing him worked, and so he died at 63. Blown up, blown to pieces, and
smithereens.
It's pretty crazy. Like, that guy is fucking nuts.
Yeah, the mob life, pretty crazy.
Yeah, a lot of money in it, but man, do you gotta eat a lot of meatballs. I tell you.
Sometimes you get turned into a meatball,
Yeah, sometimes you lose a chicken wing.
With a Y, not an I.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Exactly. There's another good case of it that someone sued because they didn't actually grow wings.
They fucking jumped off a roof and broke their legs and sued Red Bull, and they go, I thought it was gonna give me wings. And they're like, okay, we gotta change this.
Did you really though?
That's a good podcast app.
Yeah.
Find all the weird lawsuits from
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's
we gotta bring Jared on for that one.
Oh yeah, Uncle Jerry.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the story of Mad Hatter Sam DeStefano.
All right, Tobin. As I had shared on Instagram and possibly talked about earlier in the episode, which we did, I just got back from 2 weeks in Europe. I was lucky enough to be invited to a wedding in Italy and decided to go. And about I already talked about all that. So on the tail end of my trip, I went back to the place I once called home, Prague in the Czech Republic, the greatest city in the world. In the olden days of Prague, there was a profession that was called an alchemist.
I know what an alchemist is.
All right, you want to tell me what it is then?
It's people who tried to make precious metals and different elixirs out of various chemicals and elements. I don't know what you'd call them.
Yeah,
but
pretty much. I always just say it's basically just a chemist.
Yeah, basically.
alchemy,
before they knew
chemistry.
Yeah, before they knew how stuff reacted, they would just be like, "I think we could mix this and see." Like, one of the big things for like alchemists were like they thought that they could make gold. They thought like that was like the gold standard was to make gold.
Oh yeah, well that's what we're gonna be talking about.
Wow.
And today I'm going to be talking about one of the most famous alchemists that I learned about on a tour, actually. Yes, so my wife found a tour, and she did some research and realized that it was exactly the type of thing that I would love to do. So she set it up. And so we're going to talk about Sir Edward Kelley.
That name sounds kind of familiar. I know we didn't cover him, but like I don't know why.
I know. Wait. Well, it's because I texted you. I was like, did we talk about this or not? 'Cause I couldn't remember. Because there are a few elements that we talked about.
I just do your story. You text me, I research him, and I do it.
Do it better. You research more than I do. So, yeah, Kelley lived a life shrouded in mystery, especially when it came to his youth before he came to fame. It was believed that he was born in Worcester in England on the 1st of August, 1555.
Did he make that sauce?
He didn't make the sauce, no.
Shit.
He was born in a vat of it.
I was going to say he could have been the greatest alchemist if he made the sauce. I like how they wrap it in that old-timey paper.
Yeah, the paper, nah.
Look like they...
You know you're supposed to eat the paper, right?
Looks like you bought it from a snake oil salesman.
So yeah, we have the information on his birth based on the notes found from his partner John Dee, which John Dee, like he had a diary that most of this information came from. He took notes of a lot of things because again, this was like the 1500s, so not a lot
all
of
they
information.
Did. They didn't have any other thing to do. They couldn't watch TV. They were just taking notes.
No iPhone. Crazy. Can you imagine?
Oh my god. Did they know about porn or the Amazon?
No Starlink.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They just watch like a shadow of like a hand puppet. They're like, oh.
Yeah. So yeah, basically we don't have much information about Kelley until he started working with Dee. It is believed that Kelley studied at Oxford under the surname Talbot.
That's some bullshit though, because I could just be like, yeah, I studied at Harvard under the name John Peterson.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, really? And I'd be like, yep.
Well, I mean, he backed it up because, even though there's no official documents confirming it, it was clear Kelley was well educated and fluent in Latin and Greek before meeting Dee.
Fine, he fucking wins.
Yeah. Do you know Latin?
I got a 2.6. I don't need to know Latin. I got the degree.
In Kelley's youth, we know he was pillared. Yeah, pillared. You know what that means?
I'm guessing he was tied to a pillar.
No, he was pillared in Lancaster, which means he's put in one of those funny medieval wood stands where your hands and head were locked in.
Oh, shit. I thought that was called something else. Is it a pillar? Pillar?
There is a good chance that it auto-corrected to another word, but it definitely is closer to pillar than stocks.
No, you're probably right. I mean, maybe different people call it different things too.
Yeah, but it's one of those stands where people would throw like rancid produce at you.
Hell yeah, tomato to the face.
Oh yeah. So Kelley got busted for forgery and counterfeiting, resulting in both of his ears being chopped off.
Oh, fuck that, man.
Yeah, a common punishment during the Tudor dynasty.
Oh.
Yeah. So with his ears being removed, Kelley was always seen sporting a nice little cap with long hair to cover his missing ass ears. After the public humiliation, he did what most people would do and changed his last name and fled his home country to start over. But before he fled, it was at this point that he met John Dee.
Mm.
So
do you think he If he was still alive, he would be like wearing those like Mr. Potato Head ears. It's like the little peg and just like shove him in the hole.
I thought you were gonna say like a Mr. Potato Head beanie from Hot Topic, but I think both are very, like very logical answers.
I think he'd put like the eyes on the side of his head, like a fish.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Kinda, no one would ever attack him from the side again. No one,
Only from
no
the
one,
back.
no one would ever get the jump on him ever again to chop
No.
off his ears. They'd be like, gouge his eyes, and they'd get the wrong ones.
Oh yeah, they'd like sprain their fingers because they just hit plastic. But the little peg goes into his brain. Gives him a spasm and he karate chops him in half.
There goes all that Oxford.
So Kelley met John Dee in the year 1582. At the time, John Dee had been working on trying to contact angels with the help of a scryer, which I believe is basically just like a magical crystal ball.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah. But if you can believe it, John Dee had no luck reaching the angels. That is until Kelley came around. Dee was astounded to hear that Kelley was already chatting with angels and could decipher their language, which I'm not sure if they were speaking Latin or if it was their own language. It's probably their own language. But yeah, he was pretty blown away.
It is a dead language, so it would be in heaven.
Yes, that's true.
Or
That's a good
hell.
point. Oh, some of the words.
I feel like there's a lot of like, yeah, exactly. I was gonna say some of the Satanists, like this sounds more Latin to me.
Yeah. So for 7 years, the two devoted all of their time conducting seances and performing experiments in alchemy, trying to become even more connected to heaven. Dee was not only obsessed with the idea of religious enlightenment, but he believed that if he was able to befriend the angels would aid the English in their discoveries of new uncharted lands on Earth.
You want to be connected to heaven? Why don't you meet my friend, Sam DeStefano? He'll connect you. He'll put you on the Speedway Express right to heaven. Doggone angels. He'll also chop off your dick, put it in your ear hole.
Well, he's already lost his ears, so...
He'll also make you have sex with your wife. Wait, with your wife.
Hold on now. Slow down. We're not there yet.
Oh, shit.
So about a year after working with Dee, Kelley decided to trust him with his greatest secret, another project he had been working on, and he showed Dee his alchemy book, the Book of Dunstan, and his personal collection of red powder, which Kelley said would lead... Wait, hold on. Kelley said he was led to finding the red powder and book by a spiritual creature at Northwick Hill. This powder was known as the Philosopher's Stone.
Whoa, wait. It's
Not like the one from Harry Potter, but basically, as I said, the Philosopher's Stone was this red powder that was believed to have the ability to turn basic metals into gold and silver.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And it was also believed that the powder would be an elixir of life, making... That was my dog. Making... I don't know if you heard that, but that was a weird noise.
Weird.
I'm going to let him out of the room real quick.
That sounded like some demon shit. Was that Latin? Or was that angel? What was that? Fill this airtime with... I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I thought this red powder was going to like make him super horny or something like that. All the gold and silver in the world means nothing if you don't got the red powder that you find in the gas station pills at 7-Eleven.
So basically, my wife was on a run. She came home, but I had the puppy in here and I wanted to let him out. So now we're back. So yes, he had the Philosopher's Stone, which was the red powder believed to have the ability to turn basic metals into gold and silver. It was also believed to be the elixir of life and rejuvenation, and even immortality.
Ooh, I gotta get me some of that powder.
Yeah, so this creature would lead Kelley to the ruins of Glastonbury Abbey, where deep within the rubble, Kelley found the book and powder hidden away. Kelley was convinced that in his reading of the book, this red powder concealed the power to transmute base metals into pure gold, also silver, but gold was obviously like the main target.
No one wants second place.
Well, part of it too was that. So, all right, I'll get to that in a second. The two would move to Bohemia, now known as the Czech Republic, and more precisely Prague. A lot of areas on the outskirts, such as Český Krumlov, which I guess locals just call Krumlov, was like the mountainside was very full of silver. So like they already had like an abundance of silver, so they were more interested in the gold.
They're like, hey, take that silver. I could double it for you. Give it to me.
Yeah.
I'm about to turn it right to gold.
Well, so you know what's interesting about Český Krumlov?
A lot of things, actually.
The Habsburgs.
No!
They lived there for a while. They took the castle over.
Don't drink the water.
Yeah.
That's that inbred family with the pointed chins. If you guys didn't remember, Google them. They look all fucked up. They have something called the Habsburg chin. It's basically caused by inbreeding. But
yes. So it is said that for some time, after countless experiments, the two would invite very exclusive, select amount of people to come and spectate the phenomenon. As they would take common base metals and turn them into pure gold. There's lots of different stories saying that they were successful at this time. Lots of them saying they weren't. There was also a story that at one point Kelley was by himself trying to turn stuff into gold, and he went to go hide behind a wall to watch it happen because he didn't know if it was going to explode. Mm-hmm. And his cat ran in and knocked it off the table, and the whole thing blew up. And at that point, he was like, "All right, no more cats in the laboratory, whatever they called it." Because they keep cats around for getting rid of mice and shit back in the day.
Yeah, or just companionship or food.
Yeah, food when they get cooked by an explosion.
By the red powder.
So
like red powder can turn silver into gold, can give you immortality, and can turn a cat into a delicious 3-course meal.
So in 1583, Dee became acquaintances with Oldbrak Laski, a Polish nobleman who was interested in the world of alchemy. September that year, Dee, Kelley, and their families officially packed up and left England for good with their new friend Lasky, and they were introduced to elite people such as Emperor Rudolf II in Prague and King Stefan I in Krakow, Poland. So like before they were just going back and forth, but now they're officially like moving there. Unfortunately, the two men were not enough to impress the emperor or king.
I have to say this real quick.
Yeah.
Noblemen and women, they always like a little free hanging around.
Yeah.
They're always like, okay, you got any like weird freaks that like are doing like weird art shit or like, cause they the Russians really love Rasputin.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you got any like weird scientists that are gonna like fucking do some weird, and they're like, bring them around. I want to see what they're like.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
So unfortunately, the two weren't enough. They didn't do enough to impress the emperor or king.
Be weird.
They couldn't earn a permanent stay within their hierarchy, like in their castles, and the two continued to live as like kind of freelance alchemists in Prague, doing their own thing on their own dime.
That would give me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah. The two continued their work with attempting to contact angels But Kelley truly became more focused on the magical side of alchemy and less on the angels. But Dee was understanding, and there was no tension between them working on their own passions side by side.
It's crazy how we like look back on this and we're like, these men of science, they were really trying. And then if today some guy would like, you showed up and he's like, hey, I got this red powder that makes me, it's my full-time job. I'm trying to talk to angels. Like, do you want to get in on this and we'll freelance? You'd be like, get the fuck away from me.
We just got to rent the place together. We can do our own thing. Help me lift that beaker.
They're like, I don't know, man. They're like, no, I'm going to go make friends with the president. Here, come on, come with me.
So, as I said earlier, with the Philosopher's Stone, it not only would turn materials into like gold and silver, but it also had the element of giving life or rejuvenation or immortality. Mm-hmm. So, Kelley, through his alchemy, started becoming obsessed with the idea of necromancy. Which was a practice that was best kept secret because the religious, I don't think any religion is super keen on the idea of necromancy and would view it as an evil art.
Sounds evil. Sounds cool, though.
So what was the form of necromancy Kelley was most interested in, you might ask? Well, one of our favorite little guys here at Camp Strange.
Can I
You
guess?
want to answer? Yeah.
Wait, this is the type of necromancy? It's a guy? Is the type of...
It's a form. It's a form of necromancy in a way.
Fuck.
I call you one often.
Ghouls.
No.
Goblin.
No.
Cool guy.
A homunculus.
Oh, wait, they're dead?
So there's different ways of doing a homunculus, I think. And I think his way was like typically like trying to get a stillborn or dead fetus and then putting life into it and like growing it in a beaker.
Oh, okay.
Or like a vat. And so yeah, Kelley was obsessed with creating a homunculus. I'm not sure if he had like a reason for it or he just loved the idea of playing God and like creating a little guy for himself.
Yeah, a little friend.
Just a little guy. But he wanted to bring original life like through alchemy.
He didn't want to put like pre-existing IP into that thing. He wanted original life.
Original.
Just original programming.
Yeah. Unfortunately, someone ratted Kelley out to the Catholic Church, and Kelley was brought in for questioning about his sinful practices. It was said that in his questioning, Kelley infuriated the nuncio, which I guess a nuncio is like part of a church. I don't know. But he infuriated the man so much that he attempted to throw Kelley out of a window.
Oh, nice.
Which, if you look into Czech history, throwing someone out of a window was all of the rage back then.
Yeah, it's called, what's that type of murder called?
Yeeting?
Yes. Yes. It's a way you kill somebody. I'll think of it. It's called like, oh my God. But anyway, sorry, continue.
I'm not kidding. For whatever reason, there's a shit ton of Czech history, like stories with them
defenestration. Defenestration. Yeah,
the Czech people, the early Czech people love defenestration. There's so many stories of people getting thrown out of windows. Like, it's insane. There's a lot.
Fenestra is the Latin word for window.
Oh, cool. What does that mean?
They de-windowed him.
But yeah, no, like through the tours we went through, like we heard like at least 5 different stories where like someone of power got thrown out of a window.
It's like the easiest way for like a covered up murder. I mean, not really, because people would be like, okay, too many people have fallen out of these windows, but yeah. I feel like it's a way where people would be like, they just fell. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. So in 1586, Kelley and Dee found patronage from a wealthy Bohemian lord, William of Rosenberg, a senior official from a powerful family who shared all of the same interest as Dee and Kelley. And he even participated in a lot of their work, like giving his hand in seances and stuff like that. According to Dee's diary, it was during this time that Kelley is said to have performed his first true transmutation.
Oh.
But in the notes, it said that after his success, Kelley started to lose the desire to continue his work. And when I say transmutation, in this sense, it's referring to communicating with the angels.
Oh, that's what it means. I thought he meant he turned something to gold, or he made a homunculus or something.
Dee insisted that Kelley needed to continue the work, but Kelley, the translator of the angels, revealed to Dee that what the angels said to him.
Oh, no.
And the angels had told him, and they didn't tell him, they ordered them to share everything they had, including their wives. Freaky ass angels.
Dude, I hate when cult leaders, angels, say that shit.
Yeah, when they just like, oh yeah, you guys got a wife swap.
Oh, that's sick. Was the other guy's wife pretty good looking? Is it you?
They didn't have cameras in 1583 or whatever.
They cut to, and his wife is just a beast, and the other guy's wife is a supermodel, and he's like, "Yep, that's what they said." And they said we have to swap for a long time, almost our entire lives.
So Dee, in anguish by what the angels demanded, agreed, and the two decided to stop trying to contact the angels. But the two did decide that the angels demanded this one thing from them, so they went through with it.
Stop.
And did what the angels ordered and pulled a classic wife swap, banging each other's wives.
Oh, no.
Dee wrote in his diary, May 22nd, Mistress Kelley received the sacrament, and to me and my wife gave her hand in charity, and we rushed not from her. So basically, he had a threesome with the two wives.
Do you say hand in cherry?
Charity.
Oh, hand in charity. Okay.
So she was giving. Yeah, so basically he banged his wife and his best friend's wife at the same time, and said that they did not run away from her advances.
He said we're gonna make a homunculus tonight.
So the four of them had some freaky ass times as requested by our Lord's angels. And this was all kept secret until Dee's diaries were found post-mortem, way down the line, due to them partaking.
Don't go through my phone after I die, please. That's you just found the guy's fucking search history.
Yeah, basically. And this was due to them partaking in another act that would not be well received by the Catholic Church. So in 1589... Kelley left Dee to join the Emperor's court in Prague, and Dee returned to England, and the two would never see each other again. That is where their friendship ends. In 1588, rumors spread to England, and Dee heard it and wrote about it, that Kelley was arrested by the Emperor for falsely advertising that he could turn metal to gold. And Queen Elizabeth, ignoring the idea that it was a sham, wanted Kelley in case he really could. And so she sought him out and was like, if he can really do it, even though people are calling him a fraud, I still want his ability. But her constituents were not as convinced, and convinced the Queen to abandon the idea.
He was tried for trying to convince people he had ears. They said, "Move your hair." He said, "No, thank you.
I will not.
I will move my hair when I see your wife."
The angels told me.
The angels told me to give me your ears.
So by 1950. I think that's a typo. I'm going to say that's 1590.
Okay, maybe that red powder fucking worked.
So by 1590, Kelley was still living in Europe, enjoying his fame for being the alchemist who mastered the Philosopher's Stone. Whether he did or not, rumors would spread, and some people would spread it positively, and some people would spread it negatively. But everybody knew his name. King Rudolph II was convinced for a long time of Kelley's ability to make gold, and even knighted him as a sir.
Whoa.
But after time, in 1591, Rudolph became sour due to the lack of gold production and had Kelley arrested and imprisoned in the Krivo Flat Castle outside of Prague. After spending 4 years in prison, Kelley decided it was a good time for a good old-fashioned prison break, and attempted to climb out of his tower prison window with a makeshift rope. Kelley nearly made it until his prison-made rope snapped and he fell, severely breaking his leg to no return. And
To no return. Bro should have made the bars into gold and just like mushed them, because gold is very malleable. He could have really proven himself right there.
It's a soft metal.
Instead, he turned his leg to a meat sock.
So yeah, his leg was amputated. After his failed attempt to leave, him and Rudolph talked, and I guess he convinced him. He was like, I had to get out because I figured it out. I know how to do this.
I know how to break my leg. I need to show him.
So Rudolph agreed to let him out to continue his alchemy, because he sold it to him. He's like, I can get it now. I got the gold. But when he failed again and again and again, Rudolph was pissed and imprisoned him again. This time, Kelley was sent to the Hineven Castle. There's also, when you deal with a lot of these other countries and their places, especially with like the formation of lettering in Czech, like I feel like the spell check can really go crazy on you.
Who motherfucker put this backwards R in here?
Yeah. But so he got put in basically a different castle prison, where he wasted no time attempting to rappel down the castle prison tower once again. But once again, the rope snapped again. And he fell a great distance, mangling his other leg. He only has one at this time, so his next one's fucked. And legend goes he managed to crawl his way back home to his wife with his only leg broken in 5 places. And this was going to he was going to lose his other leg. And unfortunately, in his recovery period, he was in a lot of pain, obviously. And his wife, not a great scientist or alchemist, either accidentally gave him too much pain medicine or made the mixture wrong, and Edward Kelley would die in his sleep.
Oh, she was sick of him.
Probably.
She didn't want no one-legged alchemist promising, not delivering motherfucker lying around. For the rest of his life, he was going to be walking on his hands.
Yeah. So, yeah, today, lots of Edward Kelley's story is still a mystery, lost to time. Whether he was ever able to actually transform common metals into gold or silver, or bringing to life a real homunculus, he is still celebrated as the greatest alchemist to ever crawl.
It's true. And if he's the greatest, I mean, I want to hear about those other alchemists.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about second place.
Yeah, no, I do. I want to hear about last place. I want to hear the worst alchemist. If that guy was the best, what the fuck?
That guy probably blew himself up with fucking dynamite.
Yeah, he's like, look at the red pat.
Well, as far as I know, I've never heard of anybody else actually finding like the Philosopher's Stone. Like, I felt like the majority of them were like trying to find it.
Yeah, I don't. Where did it go? Did they use up all the red powder? Was it just?
Well, I just think it's something from like way more ancient time than even this.
They found, yeah, I guess.
Because I think the original like sighting of it is from like the Magnus Opus, like the original, like where that term comes from.
Interesting. It's
Yeah.
not even a stone.
Well, I mean, it's like a sand.
Okay. So, sedimentary.
Sure.
I don't know if I use that right, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. I think that's all we got for you today.
Yeah. No. So I will also add that I did do a tour, of like they had all this on display. They had mannequins with
Oh,
all that
shit.
shit. And,
Got any pictures?
I have lots of pictures.
Put a couple up for us.
And I might do 2 posts this week. I'll do our usual like episode up, and then after that, I'll post all those photos separately.
Yes.
Because I got a really good up close photo of our boy Kelley.
I bet it's awful. I bet it looks more like the homunculus than.
I mean, I remember when I sent you the picture of Shakespeare off the perk.
Yep.
That's from that tour.
He probably made those puppets.
Yeah.
Best alchemist out there. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love telling these stories, and we love when you stick around and listen. If you guys want any more information, go to our Instagram, Camp Strange Podcast. Send us an email at campstrangepodcast@gmail.com. Rate, review, subscribe, share it with a friend. And if you guys want merch, click the link in the bio on Instagram, and that's where that is. And David, do you have anything to say before we get the heck out of here?
Sorry I keep disappearing. As of right now, I don't think I have any more trips coming up, so I shouldn't have to,
Okay, we'll see about that.
push anything further. We'll see what happens though.
All right, well, it's good to be back, and thank you guys so much for staying with us. And don't forget to stay strange.